Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm making my own worst nightmare and my first ever crafting competition entry. Spiders scare me, so a claustrophobic scene with a giant spider fits perfectly. I will use this guard miniature and this spider mini in the diorama. I cleaned the mold lines and used the minis to construct the layout of the scene. I then draw the general shape and cut the XPS foam on my hot wire table. I'm going to make some stone stairs in this diorama, and I'm going to experiment with making plaster molds using Lego. It's quite interesting to try and work in negative space. The plaster is just normal plaster, but mixed with a little bit of black ink. If I accidentally chip the plaster, I don't want pure white to show through. After a couple of hours, I remove the Lego pieces and I can take a look at the stairs. Not too bad. I am probably going to use Lego for molds in the future as well. The stairs were looking way too clean, of course, but a beating with a wire brush and some strategic cuts with my hobby blade makes it look very cool. The future is here and I'm already making my second mold using Lego. I want to have a wooden frame to the cave entrance, which is made from balsa wood. I use Lego as a guide, of course, since I know it has the perfect dimensions. When the frame is in, I sprinkle on some sand and bigger stones before adding the plaster. I made silicone molds of flat rocks specifically for this project to get these sheets I can break up and glue to the diorama. I tried to glue the rocks so they sort of point to where the characters are going to be. And instead of making a totally straight frame, I intentionally make the top look pointy and imposing looking. Next, I mix modeling paste, sand and black ink to use as a filler between the plaster rocks. So I prime everything to get a better sense of how it's actually looking so far. And it's quite obvious that filler have been used. The main construction is done, and as Atbel like to say, it's time to paint. Make sure to check out his channel after this video. He makes some really cool and funny builds. I use black and light gray to give the rock some more depth. I'm going to focus most of my painting in the middle of the piece to draw the viewer's eyes to the center. I mostly just use acrylic paints and washes. If you want me to go into more detail around my painting process, please let me know in the comments. I imagine this to be a cold and moist area, and this would affect the wood and area around it. I use different yellows and brown washes to bring more life to the rock. Black wash is added to the recesses and to the edge of the diorama. I really enjoyed painting this door frame with many layers. The balsa wood worked as a sponge and made glazing very easy. I poked some holes and gave them a rusty wash, insinuating that there might have been a door or something else made from metal there some time ago. As I hinted in the beginning of the video, this diorama is actually an entry piece for a crafting competition called Smash Bash, a competition that changes theme every year. This year's theme was Battle Royale and quite free to interpretation. I've seen other previous entries being quite disturbing, so I chose what disturbs me most, spiders. There's also very often, if not always, heavy bashing of minis, so I couldn't let the guard stay 100% original from the package. I made him a new shield and spear from popsicle sticks. The pro and con of superglue is that it grabs quickly. I use glitter as bolt details. I've used the same glitter as bolts on other builds as well. I got Tamiya putty for my birthday, so this is a chance for me to test it out. Since the scene is so cold, I'm adding warm colors to the mini as a contrast. This project had many firsts for me. This is my first attempt at painting non-metallic metal on a mini. It's far from a golden demon, but I'm happy with the result. Last but not least is the spider. I don't need fancy patterns or anything like that on my spider. A sickly brownish red is scary enough for me. Now I can glue the minis to the diorama and the piece is nearly done. I just need to fill any gaps and paint the ugly pink foam black. Off camera, I made a simple wooden frame, and with that, please enjoy the beauty shots. Thank you for sticking to the end of the video. If you like what I'm doing here, I would really appreciate it if you like the video and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, goodbye.